If you don't know me, my name is Carson Johns. I do real estate full-time, I do YouTube, I run a startup social media marketing agency, I work construction every once in a while, spend time with family, work out, oh, and I like to sleep. It's safe to say that I'm just a little bit busy. Due to that, I have developed a pretty solid productivity system, I would say. But it hasn't always been like this. The same way that all of you probably feel, where you feel lazy or like you don't want to do anything but you know you have to. I was that exact same way. And don't get me wrong, I still am. It takes time to break those old bad habits and develop the new good habits. If you have a constant pit in your stomach when you're procrastinating but know you have to get the work done but just can't bring yourself to do it, then this video is for you. There are 4 main goals or sections that you will have to overcome in order. For each of those 4 sections, I'm going to tell you how I got over them and how you can do the same. And the end goal? I'm just here to make you enjoy doing your work, hopefully. Section number 1, taking back control of your dopamine. Section number 2, rewiring your brain step by step. Section number 3, decluttering your life. And section 4, the most important section, making the change. So let's begin. So what is dopamine? Dopamine is responsible for allowing you to feel pleasure, satisfaction, and most importantly, motivation. What most adults in this day and age don't understand is we have grown up completely different than them. As kids, they never had to encounter the insanely high dopamine levels that we encounter every single second of our lives. Scrolling through social media, playing video games, getting these small dopamine spikes for hours on end, and from the comfort of our own beds. So why would we intentionally stop doing the things that make us feel happy to do something that literally makes us feel the exact opposite? It just doesn't make sense. Oftentimes, your parents will get on your case saying how lazy you are or how you never get anything done. And if you have ever been in that situation, I promise it's not just you. But they haven't grown up like us. It is so much harder for us to get anything done because we have so many other options of things that we could be doing, which are much easier mentally. But this is toxic. Our dopamine baselines are so extremely high that doing things like cleaning your room or doing your homework or doing the dishes just doesn't give us the satisfaction that it should. And this is why we have to start here. Now, I could tell you just tough it out and get your work done, but I personally know that it doesn't work like that. And let me just say, if you're even still watching at this point, then I am so proud of you because you are trying to make a change and you realize that there is an issue, which honestly is the hardest step of this entire journey. There are 3 steps or goals that I want you to work on for this first sector of being productive. Number 1, setting app limits on your phone. I'm not going to tell you how long to set it for because that is completely up to you. I've been doing this for about 6 weeks and let me just say it is the best thing that I have ever done. I used to spend hours on hours a day just scrolling through random social media pages, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, literally just wasting my time. And looking back on it, it was quite frankly disgusting. But I'm not saying never reward yourself, never go on any social media platforms. You should have to find a good balance. Task number 2, don't get on your phone right away after you wake up. Personally, I know I did this every single day. I'd wake up, roll over, get on my phone, scroll through TikTok for 20 minutes every morning, sending dopamine into my system right when I wake up, so it desensitized me more during the day when I had to get the boring stuff done like work. So I challenge you to just try for the next week. Let's do 1 week. Anyone can do anything for a week. Don't touch your phone for at least 10 minutes after you wake up. Do like a little morning routine, whatever you do in the morning, just no phone for 10 minutes. Deal? And task number 3, meditate. Dude, it's actually amazing. Like honestly, I love meditating. It makes my workday go so much faster because it's like boring while you're doing it, but it gives me time to clear my mind, which then helps me actually enjoy doing my work. Now that we're starting to get our dopamine levels under control, we need to figure out what we really want and what is really important to us. At this point, I think we all know social media is not the best thing for us, and it won't get us any closer to the things we want to do, have, or experience. Being goal-oriented is a great trait to have because when you start losing motivation, which is going to happen, you just bring yourself back to that place that you know you want to get to and the reason why you started. The 3 action items for this sector. Figuring out your goals. Figure out where you want to be in, let's say, 10 years. What does your life look like? Are you working a job that you love with a loving family at home? Or are you living in your parents' basement? Task number 2. Be okay with being uncomfortable. There are so many times that we choose to stay home and do what's easy, like playing games, rather than going out and spending time with friends and family. That's because out there in the world, there is a much bigger chance of experiencing discomfort. But discomfort discomfort isn't necessarily a bad thing. Discomfort is temporary, and when you get through it alive, it makes you stronger and have a higher tolerance to future discomfort. Item number 3, learn to push yourself mentally and take great pride in your work. I want you to take everything you do to new extremes and use every item or task that you do to make yourself better and develop new skills. You should be happy with the papers or projects or stuff for work that you're submitting, because you should take pride in everything that you're doing, because you should feel like you gave it your absolute all. And if it does bad, so what? It's not the end of the world. Now that our mentality is locked in, along with our dopamine, we have to get our environment to the same caliber. You have to declutter your social life as well, both on social media and in person. And I know this is a huge step, and it's not something that you're going to be able to do instantly. And it does suck really, really bad. It's extremely hard. But I promise you, a few years down the line, you are going to be so glad that you made the change now. Talking about our work environment, the little things matter. Find small things that make you excited to go to work or school. Like, for example, my thing is a candle. I know, it's kind of dumb, but it literally gets me excited for work, which is what matters, and it kind of sets my mood. So I know when I light this candle, it's time to grind. So you just have to find what that item is for you, because it makes a huge difference. Your action items: number 1, clean and declutter every aspect of your life. From your room to your social life, all the way to the work itself that you're doing, you need to declutter all, one step at a time. This is going to be a huge step, but it makes a massive difference. Number 2, finding your excitement item. This could be anything from a candle like me to a new pen, a new notebook, a cool chair that you get to sit in. Find your item, and when it starts wearing off, which is gonna happen, get a new one. So preferably make it not expensive, that way you're not dropping $1,000 every time you need a new item. Number 3, figure out your productivity system. There are so many apps that you can use for this, and honestly this one section is a lot of personal preference, but I would say there are a few core components that you need in your system. One is a calendar, one is a to-do list, and one is a notes-taking app. There are some apps like Notion that you could download, but personally I just use the built-in Apple apps, and my main items I use on there are reminders, notes, and to-do list on those notes, and then my calendar, obviously. You're gonna want to write down every single item that you need to do right when you think of it. So say, oh, I kind of want to do this later. Put it on your to-do list, because if not, you will forget it, and you'd be so surprised how much stuff you forget. And if you're anything like me, and if you're sitting there at work wondering what else you have to do and it's just eating away at you, if you just have everything on a list, you just go back, look at that, and be confident that everything is right there. We have fixed every aspect of our life. Now we just have to do the final step, getting to work. If you took the time and implemented every single one of these steps, then you are beyond ready. So let's get started. Starting off, even if you have done all these items, work is still gonna suck. Work just sucks in general. Once all of these good habits have gotten into place, it won't feel as much like work. You will enjoy it more, and once you complete a project or paper, let's say, the dopamine spike you get will make you feel so proud, which will then motivate you to do more of it because you love that feeling. So now you just have to do it. You have to make that final effort. Now, yeah, it will be easier now, but it won't be easy. You will build the mental strength over time, so just keep at it. And always remember why you started in the first place. Remember your goals, find your flow, and your productivity system will come. And once these all start clicking into place, things will just get easier and easier. So now you just need to implement and go. I hope you enjoyed these tips. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.